This is actually good. Here's what they've done. The hero and myth track have been extended. Now, I do imagine then that this is being extended upward. And now it's on the screen. Yes, extended upward.
Yeah, you're all over the place, man. But yes.
So that means that your gear will last you a little bit longer. That's one good thing. Another good thing, your bags are no longer destroyed because fragments have been removed from the game. Instead, it's just crests. Who knows if they will just drop with a high chance to sort of compensate for things. I don't really know. But anyway, the point is, fragments are gone. Crests will be in your currency tab. So yeah, there is currency tab inflation. However, I think that's better than, Blizzard gives you a reagent bag and then half fills it one patch later, right? So that's good. Next then, and this is big. You can trade up crests. So if memory serves, right, if you got all of your character's gear to item level, obviously this is using Season 2 numbers, which will not be available for this, but you get my point. If you had... loads of, let's just say your bags are full of Whelpling crests, as most of ours are. You're just like, what are you going to do with them? If your character's gear is all item level 411 or higher, you can then trade your Whelpling crests up into Drake crests. And that actually means that once you get past a certain point, you can zoom all the way up, right? And I guess, so you can zoom all the way up. That'll then be kind of helped out by how the hero and myth tracks have been extended. So I think that's probably quite good. This will feel good to players. Now, you actually are getting, you get 6 crests a week, down from 10. In terms of
6 upgrades worth, yes.
Yeah. But I think that is quite made up for by this trading upward situation. And then trading up to Worm Crests would become available once you hit like item level 424 in every gear slot, and 437 for the Aspect Crests. So that's quite good. But another really nice thing, I think this also very much is in tandem with this. Let's just say you've capped on Worm Crests, right? But you do a Mythic Plus dungeon that should give you a Worm Crest. What happens? Well, you'll get a Drake Crest. You'll just get the next one down. And if you've captained it as well, then you'll get the next one down. And that, I suppose, can also operate in with this whole trading system too. So that's all quite interesting. Also, PvP gear is upgradable with Flight Stones, and all PvP activities will reward Flight Stones, with crests being earned from raided activities. Mm-hmm. So a lot of changes. For the Great Vault, heroic dungeons, time-walking dungeons, and Mythic Zeros count towards the vault.
Which won't be nuts.
It won't be a source of amazing gear, but for a bunch of people who just, they want to do that match-made content, this will actually matter to them and their characters.
It actually turns the Great Vault thing into a system they will actually engage with a lot of the time. Obviously, some like you do Raid Finder and stuff, but generally, like that's going to be the one that actually goes, oh yeah, this thing actually matters to me now because I can fill it up and have fun with it, and like, especially when you get the if you don't get good gear, you can at least get your tokens, and then you can turn your tokens into Worm Crests, and off you go.
Next thing, and I'm going to nip out for a sec, but I think, Matt, this is very relevant to you.
Is it?
Because while I was swimming in tier gear for the Creation Catalyst, I was swimming in tier gear, so I didn't need it. Matt, though, I think you would appreciate this change. If it had have happened months ago, which it didn't. So don't worry, your suffering won't be removed.
I would hate for my suffering to be removed, because God knows I deserve it anyway.
The perfect handoff!
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of... I didn't expect this to be said at all. I expect them to do their fairly regular pig-headedness of just, we're going to have this problem and go for it. The Revival Catalysts will be available from week 1, which means you can just turn your gear into tier from week 1, although it's going to be slower. So week 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. By week 9, you'll be able to... week 7 rather. By week 7, you'll be able to have all 4 tier sets. As long as you've got the right actual like bit of gear for it, that's fine. You'll get it. 1. That's like... just... it's what the Revival Catalyst was intended for, but on a timeline that works better with how the game is actually played now. Because obviously they were like, well, we want this to be a thing that you play it and then you have a good time. And if you don't have a good time from getting tier, you want to focus on tier, you can save it up. But that resulted in people just waiting, and it isn't like tier being such an important part of your actual thing, an actual important part of how you play the game and like unlock the ability to play the game in a lot of cases, especially when you're moving from your existing tier set into this, because it was a little bit different in season 1 where you were gearing up, but with season 2 and season 3, it's like you need to get your full tier set to replace your old tier set. And that's a good point, Russ, where if assuming that the existing system of finishing the heroic raid or finishing KSM will get you an Omni token that you can use for any set of tier, then that actually means that you'll be able to get your full tier set with 0 teardrops on week 5, as long as you finish KSM. It's kind of crazy to me. And that just means if you're a non-raider, you're going to be getting them faster from M+ as well. It's like, Skarzard says that the point at which most people will get their 4-piece bonus doesn't actually change. But when you collect them, it starts a little bit sooner. So it's less that you sit going, where's my tier, where's my tier, where's my tier, where's my tier? Oh, this is kicked in, I've got my tier. It's now, oh, I'm confident, I'm comfortable in my tier gear actually arriving at a decent pace. Which is just, with how tier like is so power budgeted, it kind of makes sense. And like, I'm not going to say, well, they should just give you tier when you log in the patch start. But this is about as close as we're ever going to get to that, I think.
Yep.
With it still being earnable and stuff. Which is pretty good.